Yes, indeed. Oh, man. Who feeling petty? Because I am. Who that? You not. Who that? You not. So, man. So, the Saints took a loss today. And I just feel petty about that. I'm low-key still mad that they had a parade at the stadium. Hey, that's just me standing on it. And Philly lost. Oh, man. Oh, man. My boy Law said, 2-2 don't sound so bad. Oh, man. Yeah, man, you better be petty when you can. See, I told you want to get your pettiness out. Because, see, we likely got some losses coming in the future. So when you can laugh, you better laugh, dog. Who that? You not. Shit. So, man, we got Terrence Parsons coming in the door. I like listening to Terrence, man. Terrence be talking that good ball, man. I be listening to Terrence, especially on Twitter. My boy goes in. So, obviously, we got our own problems, though. You know, I can be petty, but we got our own problems. We definitely got our own problems. And our problems is this temporary injury bug. So, I'm seeing a lot. I'm hearing a lot. I think we can weather it, though. I think it's very possible for us to weather it. So, the OC supposed to be coming too. You know. But hey, man, it's Sunday. You never know. We all got life duties. Either way, you getting ready to get this business. I see y'all coming in the door. Ooh. My boy say Tony Pollard done lost his hairline. Tony Pollard lost his hairline, dog. Golly. Yeah, man, I see y'all coming in the building. My boy Michael Archer in the house. I see you, big dog. Desmond. Nah, but we got to talk about these injuries and how to weather this storm, because I think it's a strategy that we've seen before that gives me a lot of hope. On top of that, I'm not giving you that we will not tell you that our defense is trending in the right direction. I've been watching them every week. I've been doing the play-by-play run plays every week. So if we was trending in the wrong direction, trust me, I would tell you. But we not. We got my boy Overshawn out there pissed. And I'm happy he pissed. Stay pissed. Stay pissed. Because if piss gonna make y'all only allow team to have 27 yards on the ground, stay pissed. Bottle that up. Remember, Cowboy fans is looking to call you soft again. Yeah. Coaching from the crib. Boys just go coach from the crib and say, you look soft, dog. So. All right, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. What's up, man? See, everybody came in the building. So we got us some issues and we got to talk about this. We got to talk about this. All right. And I'm pretty sure y'all heard from everybody else. A lot of people had some thoughts on this, and we're going to hear some more thoughts on this. What's up, D-Block? OGD Block, Mr. No Neck. The OG with the no neck and the big TV. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to put you on your big 60-inch. I ain't forgot you got that big old 60-inch. Showing love to one of the if you watching this on Rewind, this one of the originals. My boy D-Block. Man, look like he used to play fullback and linebacker at the same time. What's up, D-Block? This is my boy. All right, but obviously, what everybody's concerned about is the injury news that came out, obviously with Michael Parsons and Tank after the Giants, right? It's enough to send us in a panic, like straight up. And to pretend like this is not going to affect us would be a bunch of wee-woo.
Oh, you see this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee-woo.
See, Michael Parsons caused a lot of damage. I know a lot of people like to minimize what he does, but it's not even just the pressures, which is, if you got to go watch each pressure and you got to watch the results of the pressure. He does a lot of damage to defenses when they have to throw the ball. His pursuit and his hustle has been also on another level. You can tell he heard the noise and he's working his ass off to earn that money and to earn his way into the future with a new contract. You can just tell this year he's speaking his mind. He with it.
Bring it real back. He be speaking his mind. That boy with the shit.
But it's also the fact that it was a lot of offenses that would account for him in so many different ways, especially preparing for him to have to move around. When you have to prepare for him to move him around, that means everybody has to study that much harder, and it causes your defense to more than likely make a mistake at some point. So the absence of Michael Parsons is not a little thing. Then on top of that, you got Tank, obviously. Tank, you can even say two leaders. Real talk. You can say two leaders. Tank is the guy that set the standard of defense for a while. Everybody knows that. He's the guy that came up with the hot bars, and they came up with a standard where they was competing against the offense about takeaways to touchdowns, and they was actually going at it. Tank started that. Just a real good leader, but also somebody you could depend on to have the effort by example every game, period. Every game, he was going to have the effort. Michael Parsons is a much better athlete. DeMarcus Lawrence leads by example better in terms of his consistency and the play style. Then, obviously, you add that on top of Sam Williams and Bland. So when I go listen to what the previous thoughts was, this is a real thing, so we're going to have to dig into how to fix this. This is from training camp. I want you to listen to this. Check this out.
Does the loss of Sam Williams alter the plan that Zimmer has for you in any way, or does your plan stay the same and it's just a matter of getting guys like Marshawn, Nealon, and some other guys to kind of step up?
Yeah, I think it doesn't change my plan at all, but it needs Marshawn has to step up and, more young guys or whoever we bring in. And it may mean I have to do more. The loss of Sam was so huge. That's really like my brother, and it really hurts. So, those times where I might get a break or that substitution, I might have to stay on for a couple more plays and things like that, depending on situations and things like that. So it really ramps up what conditioning and what phase we have to be in for these games. And, I put more on D-Law also, year 11 vet, and there's no more like, we don't have a DA or a Dante Fowler anymore. And, losing those crucial role pieces at this point in the season so early on really hurts, and it's going to provide more for him to step up too.
Cue the evil music. Cue the evil music. So it was already crisis at training camp. This is real, y'all. So this is bigger than I think a lot of people seeing. I heard somebody in the background. Who in the back?
That's me, man. I'm here. Salute, man.
What's up,
I'm
man?
here.
Oh, see, you keeping up? You keeping up?
Oh,
You
man,
been keeping up?
I've been on the whole time. I just was letting you go.
You would let me cook.
Yeah, I'm letting you go, man. I mean, at the end of the day, man, this is an issue that we've talked about.
Give me 1 second, OC. I just want to do one thing real quick.
Go ahead. You got it, boss.
This stream is brought to you by BetUS, where you'll receive 100% bonus on your first deposits and 125 on your next 2 deposits up to 2,000. So you can see they doing something new to kind of help get y'all on board. They giving away more money in the beginning. So y'all make sure y'all consider that as we get back into this content. So what was you saying, OC?
I was saying, man, we've talked about this for a minute. We've always had depth problems at defensive end ever since Fowler was gone, and then also Dorrance Armstrong.
Right.
We never replaced those people. And I said this some months ago. I said, look, you're putting a lot of eggs in the Sam Williams basket. I said that months ago. I said, if anything happens or he's not productive, then really the only true edge rusher you have is who? Michael Parsons.
Right.
So the Cowboys have to address this through free agency, but also have the opportunity earlier to address this in the offseason, which we did not. And so now you're in the situation of a perfect storm where your best pass rusher is down and you don't have any depth. You don't have any depth. And so now we got to figure out a way how to generate pressure on these offenses, or we're going to be forced to cover for 7 seconds, which I don't think is possible. But they're going to have to figure out creatively, and this is a real good test for Zimmerman to see what he can come up with scheme-wise and also blitz package-wise to generate pressure with the absence of these 2 stars, man.
We still waiting on Terrence. Terrence on his way. But man, I'll say this. Let me also give a little bit of background real quick. Through Zimmer, y'all check this out.
2 things to finish up. You worked out 4 guys today. What are you looking for at defensive end?
Well, really someone, Sam Williams was a big loss. We anticipated him being, 70% of the time playing. So we're looking for some more depth at end, really, at the end of the day.
So, OC.
Yes, sir.
Now, on August 1st, they was saying they was looking at having 70% snaps
Yeah.
with Sam.
Mm-hmm.
So you already lost that.
Yes, sir.
Now you're down Micah and Tank.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
You're at negative 70 now.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Now, your only maybe 2 starter grade that's going to have to hold it down is Carl Lawson and Muhammad Nealon and some people you might want to bring up.
Well, we knew that our young rookie defensive end, Marshawn, I want to call him Marshawn Lynch, but I know that's not his name.
Nealon.
But I'm saying this guy Keelan was a pass Nealon was more so like a run stopper defensive end, right? He never was an elite pass rusher type. He never was that in college. So we knew he was here for depth, but he wasn't no pass rusher extraordinaire dude, and neither has he been as a rookie year. I don't think that was the expectation for him. So I think that, look, you're going to have to figure out how to get him some one-on-ones through movement. I don't think he's really beaten any veteran tackle one-on-one. I think the stunt game becomes more important. The slant game becomes more important. I think the defensive end loop with a wheel linebacker twist around to create mismatches, in speed and leverage. I think those things become more important. because I don't think this guy's not, at this point of his career, I think he can develop into something really, really nice. I think he's doing a solid job coming in being a rookie. No shade on him at all, but I just think that's too much to ask. He's not going to be the pressure sack guy. He's not that player at this point. I think he can develop into a Tank-ish type player, but he needs a couple years. And I think, Lawson is not that guy. So I think, once again, going back to my previous point I made about 5 to 6 months ago, is you need another pass rushing defensive end. You need somebody else that you can possibly bring in to generate pressure of some sort. Even if they're just a pass rush specialist, that's fine. But you need somebody at this point.
No weather in the storm.
Nah, bro. They're not going to get it done. It's gonna be pressureless.
I think
it's gonna be pressureless.
But
I'm telling you right now.
OC.
Pressureless. Listen. Pressureless.
No, I heard it. The issue is this. We've had some of our best success being pressureless.
Okay. Come on, talk about it. Listen, boss. Yes, you're right. Technically on what you're saying, right? But do you think that works this year? Are you convinced that it works this year? Are you completely convinced?
Yes.
That's all I want to know. Okay.
Yep. Hold on real quick. I got to fix this. I got this wrong.
Go right here.
It was 2014 and 2016.
Yep. Yeah, you got double 14s on there.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think the best way to protect these pass rushers is the 2014 and 2016 strategy.
Okay.
Because see, remember, we just started having a good defense under Quinn. We ain't had no good defense in 2014. They was number one in takeaways, but there wasn't no pass rush on that team.
Okay,
there wasn't no pass rush on that at all. It was no names on that team. And then 2016, we was ranked 31st in pass rush. Now, that put a lot of pressure on Mo and Carr. It did. And the linebackers. Because remember, that was the games that if we missed Sean Lee in 2016, defense went to,
True.
So we've done it before. And this is what I said. In 2016, we won 11 games straight with 31st pass rush. And in 2014, we won 10 games straight with no names. The main thing that we had, OC, on both of those was a commitment to running the ball. A major commitment. And that style of offense, in my opinion, protected our defense. Because we led in time of possession, third down conversions, right? We was milking the clock and keeping that defense fresh. And remember, on top of that, Dak was not turning the ball over at all in 2016. So we played clean football. That was the key. Dak didn't make mistakes. He was more game management than quarterback. So you should see where I'm going. This is a good time to go to Governor Dak. This is a good time, in my opinion, to where, yes, Dak, you can launch that thing, but I would want Dak and Mike McCarthy to be conservative and get behind the running game. I think we got T in.
Okay.
Yeah, he in.
Cool. Yes, sir.
What's up with it, T?
What up? Yeah, I just caught the last of what you were saying. Yeah, you definitely right on that one. We got to put points up, but also, be a little more conservative and try to keep the defense off the field.
Yeah. So how would you and UOC, y'all can fight about who go first on it. But what kind of conservative style would you want to see? Go ahead, OC. I'm gonna start with you. And then you got to fix your camera a little bit. I'll cut off your head.
Me?
Yeah. You see how you?
Oh, let me see. Oh, let me try to tilt me.
There you go.
that better?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, the Cowboys can't. Well, here's the good news: there's multiple ways to skin a cat. There's multiple ways to attack defenses and win football games, and the way that you're proposing is not a bad ideal in terms of winning time and possessions. The only asterisk mark about this approach is that the Cowboys have to convert. In other words, when you get in third and short, you have to convert. When you get into the red zone, you're not going to win if you kick field goals and you're playing another good team. You have to convert. You have to convert touchdowns. But yeah, you can play keep away football. You can run a football down their throat. I think that really the more realistic lens from the West Coast style of play calling that Mike McCarthy has is 23 to 26 runs per game. And then you mix in the passes. And when you mix in passes, they don't have to be crazy shots down the field. They can be wheels to the running back. They can be one routes. They can be two routes. They can be tight end outs, right? They can be economical passes to move the chains and just to keep that defense off balance, just enough keeping them from putting 8-man boxes in without fear of getting burned, which is always a fear of getting burned because you have Dak Prescott. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. So if I was in Mike McCarthy's shoes and we're going with your plan, Boss Cowboy, with Governor Dak, that's how I would do it.
Governor Dak. Yep. Yeah. And this is what we mean by Governor Dak, TP, and I want to get your thoughts on it. So Governor Dak was that Dak that, remember last year in the first 5 games, we was leading the league in 10-page drives, but it was real conservative, like they playing now, where they was basically using quick passes as a substitute for the run. That's why they doing a lot of stop routes and stuff, because they trying to get the same results of what they would want with the running game. So if you run the ball where you, let's say you get 5 yards and it'll be 2nd and 5, they trying to get that same thing through the pass. That's governor offense though. So then they changed that after San Fran, as you remember, and we want more vertical. So we saying go back to like governor at worst. But this is the deal. I want them to run the ball more. I ain't trying. Governor offense in the West Coast is cool. I want them to run the ball. What's your thoughts on that, T?
I think we should do a little bit of both, for real. Honestly, I think we should try to be aggressive early on and get that lead, and then, you know what I mean, we go into slow mode. I feel like we operate better with a lead. I feel like our defense will operate better with a lead. So I feel like we should be a little bit more aggressive with the football. And, you know what I mean, if we can get up, you know what I mean, a score or two, that's when, you know what I mean, we try to slow things down. But we can be aggressive with running the football, too. I think that's the scheme issue, though.
That boy T came with a middle ground. And see, we debated this earlier. We had no middle ground on it. That's the middle ground, what he just said. That's a perfect middle ground, too.
Yeah. I think that, you know, and well, I was more toward the middle ground in this sense when we discussed it earlier. This all works if you convert. If you don't convert, then all bets are off, man. You got to open this thing up and try to put points on the board, because you have to concede that your defense is gonna give up some points. You got to be thinking, okay, we gonna give up some points. We just don't want the floodgates to open up. So we got to do enough to where we put points on the board, make this competitive, make this close, and make it advantageous to us trying to win the game. And then if we got a lead, to TP's point, yeah, let's go ahead and take the air out of the football and make it real hard for you to get possessions and stuff like that. So agree.
I'm going to fight both of y'all real quick.
I knew you would.
Nah, I'm just keeping it real, because we just trying to think this through, because I like what y'all saying in theory, right?
I'm just saying the best Dak is when we're aggressive with the football. That's the best Dak we're going to get.
Man, that's fact.
When you try to put a cap on them, when you try to put a cap on them and limit them, that's when things start going to the left. You just gotta let him be him. Let him be aggressive. Let him be him. Let him run the offense the way he run the offense.
Oh hell no!
When the defense come, listen. All right,
boss.
We look at the last.
I'm listening, but I'm finna fight the shit out of him.
We look at the last 3 games. like you said, to your point, it looked like the first 5 games of last year. And look at the points scored. Outside of the Cleveland, look at the points scored. 2020. That's not going to cut it no more. We need to be up in the 30s. If we're not up in the 30s, we're probably going to, outside of Pittsburgh, if we're not in the 30s, we're probably going to lose. Period.
Oh, hell no.
No, it ain't no, oh, hell no. We don't know when
all right. So, T, I done heard your case. I done heard your case, T. It's my time now. I got to reclaim my time.
Go ahead.
First of all, you said that our best offense is when Dak is what?
Aggressive with the football.
Oh, hell no.
So I would definitely say Dak was not aggressive with the football in 2016. Is it true or not? True or not?
No.
Okay.
But
wait a minute. Hey, order in the court. Order in the court. We not doing no.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy?
I'm fighting for the truth today. I'm fighting today. I'm not gonna let you or the OC
run it up.
It was different. Wait.
No, it wasn't. No, it was the same. T, it was exactly where we are right now. We was ranked 31st in pass rush. Micah Parsons was just now enrolling into Penn State.
You neglected the offensive side of the part, though. You neglected that part. I'm not talking.
No, the offense saved the defense. That's my point. And it was when Dak was conservative. I'm not gonna let y'all get away with saying because we didn't score points the first 5 games last year that's not the best Dak. No, the best Dak is safe with the football. Yes, I said it.
Where are we getting 2,000 rushing yards from, though? Where are we getting 2,000 rushing yards from?
Let's talk about it. I'm glad you asked that question. No, I'm dead serious, bro. Because I already thought this through, bro. Listen. I see. And that's why I want to talk to you, man, because I know you talk good football. Check this out. I think the first thing you got to do, man, you got to do something down to the practice squad.
Okay.
You got to go ahead and bring up Cooks. You see what I'm saying? You still go be committed, but you want bigger, more physical backs. Bring them up. I know we trying to figure out and get Deuce going and all that development. We're in crisis right now. We're in crisis. You know what I mean? In a crisis, we need guys who gonna be able to be consistent hammers and speed. To me, that's why the first thing you got to do is send Deuce on to the practice squad. And you gonna have to get that similar type of production of 2016, 2014 via committee, where you're sharing a load between old Cook and old Zeke and younger Rico, and you trying to get it done on the ground and taking pressure off Dak as well as trying to rest your D. I rest my case.
But we don't have that type of run scheme. Listen. I'm not even mad at you on where you're going with this.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it. But my whole thing is we don't have a running scheme for that. The way we run the ball right now, the way we do things right now, it ain't no way. Because it's predictable. Ain't no motion. Ain't no lead blocker for real. None of that. We're not doing none of that. Yeah. We're just not doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with you though. I mean, we definitely could take the air out of the football. I would like to do that, but at the same time, our strength is that you can't take away the strength. That's the offensive superpower right now.
It's not taking them away, T. I ain't taking them away.
No, we're not taking them away, but you know what I'm saying? I just feel like the defense with Micah and D-Long was giving up what we was giving up. Granted, the last game we played better, but you know what I mean? If we still looking at 20, 25 points a game, the offense ain't putting that up consistently right now. I feel like we need to get more aggressive, more than the dink and dunk stuff, unless we're going to eliminate the penalties.
Let me just tell you the risk of that, and you got to overcome this risk, T. This is why I'm scared of your way. And hear me out. This is why I'm scared of your way. Because we already super thin. at defensive end. So if we open it up and it's doing what it's been doing these last 4 games, where the offense has been kind of 3 and out, not taking no time off the clock, so you keep putting your defense on the field, you go wear out your depth. You go wear them out.
Also,
it's almost like time of possession is almost more important than points right now.
We're in the West Coast, so when you're passing the ball, we just have to be smarter in how we're passing the ball. There's extensions of the run game. I feel like that's what we should do the most. Actually use our speed, Cooks, Turpin. Get vertical, get horizontal. Misdirection. We don't use none of that. None of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's ways that we can extend drives and also, let it be that show. There's ways around this. And we can also still run the ball, 40% of the time, 45% of the time. Dak still get his numbers and CD still get his numbers. There's definitely ways we can make this thing go, but we definitely do have to put more points up. Also, and chew clock. I feel like the long drives would be the best for us, but not when we're settling for 3 and the penalties that kill us. For real.
Yeah, TP, I agree with a lot of what you said, man, because, and I mentioned this before, there are multiple on how to actually run the ball without running the ball through short pass game, screens, etc., things of that nature. And also, the thing that really scares me a little bit, and Boss, my guy, but it scares me about that Governor Dak stuff is that you talked about that last year, and it wasn't until we opened up the offense that we began to have success. I think that as I think about it more, I think about you got guys that are professional athletes here. You got guys that are the best.
Oh, you see this guy?
All right, and so don't even start. Here's the thing,
see this guy?
man. Here's the
number
thing.
one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo wee woo.
Hit the button. Hit it again. I don't care. Because the truth will set you free, Boss Cowboy. The truth will set you free. And get it. Hit it. Let's go. Hit it. Hit it. And I'm simply saying that if you don't cut off your nose to spite your face. Because if you go into just conservative ball mode and you're not scoring enough points, the only way this works, and it has to be, you have to have a high conversion percentage. And so I'll be interested to see what's the Cowboys' conversion percentage within the red zone for touchdown versus field goals. I'll tell you it's been more field goals than touchdowns. What's the Cowboys' conversion percentage on third down? And I think that, hey, man, it's okay. But I'm saying the Cowboys got to convert if you're going to beat good teams. And that's my only pushback there. And if you try to be too conservative here, then you could end up screwing your own self. So you got to be careful with it. There's a middle ground.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It got to really be balanced. It really got to be balanced.
Oh hell no!
Okay.
And you gotta have the ball in Dak's hands. I'm trusting Dak above all else, and Dak we trust.
I gotta. Man, I didn't really want to fight y'all today, but y'all turned it into that. So first, starting with the first fight, I'm gonna whoop y'all one at a time. That's how I'm gonna do this.
I do think Cook needs the ball though. I think he needs to be active. I think he needs to rock. I do think that. And Zeke needs the ball more too. You know what I mean? Zeke needs the ball more too. And you know what I mean? But my whole thing is, it don't matter who you have back there. If there's no scheme, there's no point of attack. Like, you can't look at our offense and say that we have one true identity.
No.
Besides the stop route.
No, we don't. And that's my problem too.
Saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If we had an identity, I would be able to, feel better about what we're about to go through. But the fact that, we really don't have one, and the offense looks the way it does, and we know that we're actually going to have to score points. We're not going to be able to salt the ball away. I know you want to.
No. Hear me out. I gotta see. First, this is what I gotta do. This is the first thing I'm gonna do. I gotta kill y'all one at a time.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
So I gotta first start with this guy. I'm gonna start with him. Then I'm gonna go to UT. This the deal. See, this guy right here. He does a lot of wee woo.
Okay.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy?
See, he'll fast
that's not
talk.
a point.
He'll fast talk
Wee's
you.
not a point.
If you gotta get very careful because that dude will hit you with another one.
Another one.
All right, so this is what he said. He said in the first 5 games that we didn't have success under the governor offense. The question
we
is,
had success, but the offense.
No, last season, boss.
That's what I said. No, y'all ain't finna cut me off. Y'all ain't finna cut me off either. So check this out. I'm gonna put the mic on me. Camera on me. That mean only me talking. We was number 1 in 10 play drives over what you said was not successful. Which mean what? We was getting there better than anybody in the league and taking the most time away from the other team. We just wasn't finishing.
Yeah, just couldn't finish.
If we would, but see, if you listen to the OC, you'll think that the offense wasn't working at all. No, we was the best in the entire NFL at 10 play drives, which means we need to focus on finishing, but we can win with that style. That's what I'm saying. We can win with it.
It was working. It was working.
Hold on. One at a time. I'm boxing one person at a time. Who am I gonna whoop first?
I just want to say it was working, but when we went up against a team that wasn't going for that, they weren't going for that, and then we had to scrap that. You know what I'm saying? And then we got the best out of the offense. So I'm saying, depending on the team, yeah, that's going to work. But there's also games where we're going to have to open it up. You know?
I agree with that. I agree with that.
That's why I'm saying it got to be a balanced attack for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, it got to be who we play and how we're playing.
Now check this out, because what we all talking about, we just having a simple discussion, weathering the Dallas Cowboys temporary injury bug. This is not something I'm saying I want us to do for the rest of the season, right? I'm talking about how do we sustain the current depth that we have and don't wear them out, right? And have a strategy to win games. And that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. That's the only reason I'm saying what I'm saying. I agree with everybody that, Dak, I want the ball in his hands, but I want us to fully concentrate on long drives and finishing those drives. To me, that needs to be the main focus to protect.
Yeah, keeping the ball up, keeping the defense off the field.
That's it.
So let me ask you one question.
I don't care how I say it.
How many? And this is just a fair balance question, all right?
Yeah.
It's not a setup question. Fair balance question.
Yeah.
How many drives in a game do you go 8 plays or more when you didn't convert into a touchdown before you open it back up?
You stick with it.
Drives?
You stick. All right, I'm gonna tell you. This is the. No, I'm gonna tell you. You stick with it for the long haul. You stick with it for about the next 4 games. You stick with it.
Listen,
you live with it. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna give you my reasoning why. Because in my opinion, we should be aiming for a 50-50 win-loss ratio.
Yeah, easy.
You see what I'm saying? That's the aim, because we trying to weather this. We trying to, by the time Micah coming back, by the time Tank coming back, I want us to be around a 50-50 win-loss ratio, but conserve the guys that's still available. You know what I mean? So it's basically, I'm saying, you run this strategy and you live with it. But you're not looking for what you did in the past, where you had with this strategy 10 games straight in 2014. You won 11 games straight. You want just a third of that. You know what I mean? You just want a little bit of that governor strategy to try to pull you over this injury bug crisis. That's my point.
Okay. I'll go with it, boss. I'm gonna say it'll work as long as you convert. There it is. That's the rhyme of the night.
I think that's fair.
It'll work as long as you convert. But if you don't convert, you're gonna have to be aggressive.
I can never argue with results. Never argue with results.
Yeah. Good fight.
But Mike McCarthy is going to have to get in his bag.
Yeah.
duffel bag, and he gonna have to show us something, especially against Pittsburgh. I feel like out of the next 3 games, that's the most winnable game.
I agree. They got smoked today, didn't
They didn't get I think they won.
they? Came back.
I think Justin Fields had a good game. He threw for 300, no turnovers.
What?
He ran for another 60 yards. Yeah, he had a good game. I think they won though. I think they won. I gotta check the score.
Let me double check.
I think the last time I saw they were winning. I think the last time I looked, they were winning.
Damn. Can y'all let me know if Pittsburgh won that game? Oh, they lost. Ooh. Let me go look at the score because when I saw it, they was losing. All right, hold on. Let me go check the score. I'm petty.
Yeah, they lost by 3.
Oh, they came back. Steelers always dangerous. All right.
But I feel like that's a game that we're gonna have to open it up. Pittsburgh's defense is the real deal. That's the game we're going to open it up, and the offense is going to go win that game. I feel like defensively, we shouldn't struggle as much as we probably would the next following games, but as long as we don't let Justin Fields kill us with his legs, I feel like we'll be okay.
Did you watch Pittsburgh yet? You watched Pittsburgh yet?
I watched a little bit, like a game.
Me, yeah.
Like a game.
I ain't did my film work on them yet. Did you watch them yet, OC?
No, I haven't gotten to them yet. I will this week though.
All right. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. So by the time we talk tomorrow, I'm gonna know exactly how they attack it.
Trayvon has to.
Well, I take that back. I'll take that back.
Trayvon has to follow George Pickens.
What'd you say, Terrence?
I said Diggs has to follow George Pickens. That's one thing I will say. He has to follow him. That's one thing I will say.
See, that's a whole nother topic in itself.
Well, I'm gonna say this.
I'm gonna come back to that T.
I'll take it back. I did see half of the game a couple weeks back where they played the Falcons. And what I will tell you is that T.J. Watt is a certified game wrecker. I mean, a one-man game wrecker.
Mm-hmm. I feel bad for our tackles.
He's a game wrecker. You hear me? And I'm gonna say that one more time just so y'all know. He's a game wrecker. And if you don't have a scheme to how to neutralize or either keep run the ball and pass the ball away from him, this dude will wreck the game. He's on that level. He's probably the best right now. He's probably the best. He's a game wrecker, dude.
I think they scheme for Watt, man. I think that's the biggest difference for him. Like they scheme for him.
Well, you got to be able to execute that scheme. You got to be able to execute that scheme. So I don't know. But.
Now I want to go what you was talking about with Diggs following Pickens.
Yeah, he has to.
And I want to talk to both of y'all about this real quick. I think the defense improving.
Oh yeah, until we got these injuries.
Even with the injuries, I'm not saying we go be better. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I think it was taking them a little while to come around to playing Zimmer and all the movement and the disguising and all that kind of stuff. I think it was catching them out of position. I think they starting to get it, and I think they starting to understand the standard. Real talk. Another thing I want to say too, I was proud of Zim on. Terrence, I want to get your thoughts on this. I said at the beginning of the game that they should have had Diggs on what's old boy for the Giants? Receivers.
Neighbors.
Yeah, Neighbors. I said that should have been the beginning. But I was glad to see Zimmer make the adjustment. And I saw some things out of Zimmer that I didn't see the first 3 games, Terrence. I saw him benching people early, and I saw him make the adjustment on Neighbors with Diggs. Like, what's your thoughts on Zimmer seeming to improve? Because and then I'm gonna talk about Mozzie, but first I want to talk about that real quick, Terrence.
Well, first of all, This is the type of guy that I thought we was getting from the rip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was one of the guys that was happy about getting him, and I still stand on that. Even when, you know what I mean, they try to say that he's not the guy, he's the guy. But yeah, I mean, I said that in all season that it might take some time. You know what I'm saying? Like, we probably won't have 12 wins, but that's fine. You know what I mean? You don't need 12 wins if you're not going to do anything in the playoffs. I feel like even if, you know what I mean, if we make the playoffs with 7 losses or whatever the case may be, if we growing from those losses and we're getting better from those losses and not making those same mistakes, we're going to be better for it, and we're going to be better in the playoffs for it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's going to be a challenging season, but if we can weather the storm and we can get better and guys can step up, and when we get everybody healthy and we're a collective and, you know what I mean, we're all moving as one, then yeah, we're going to be a very dangerous team. Almost like the Bills last year, you know what I mean, who started bad, and I mean, they kind of had to find themselves. You know what I mean? I feel like that's the kind of things that we're going to have to go through this year. Like, guys are going to have to find themselves, you know what I mean? We might not have the superstars, but guys can play their role, play their responsibility to the best of their ability, and we can still come out on top. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm interested to see. Who's going to step up?
Man, real quick.
It's time to earn some money. You know what I mean?
What kind of monitors you got over there, man? Look like you sitting in front of a spaceship or some shit. Man, what kind of monitors you got over there, bro?
I got the one right here. I got the game on for real.
Okay, man, boy, you looking like you sit. Man, you look like you flying a Millennium Falcon or something, bro. That look like.
Well, no, I definitely do be nice, you know what I mean, for when I'm gaming and streaming and stuff. But yeah, I do got a nice little setup.
Man, I see you. But OC, what's your thoughts on the defense?
Man, I just think the defense, man, they gotta figure out how to strategically survive, you know? And when I say strategically survive, I just mean how can you limit big plays with the guys that are healthy? And I just think it's going to be a mix and match of that front seven. I think you will have to run blitz some. I think you will need to do some stunts in games to generate pressure on the quarterback because you don't have guys that can really get there one-on-one. You know, the other option is the option that I've kind of left on the table. Hey, you got some salary cap money. There are a few quality people that could possibly come in and help you along this defensive line, tackle and our edge. Why not invest a little bit of that money and get some of these guys in the building that can help you? Because when your starters get back, it's only going to increase your depth and increase your ability to change schemes, intermatch, and rotate players in and out. So that's what the defense has to do, in my opinion. Secondary will be okay if we generate some pressure, but nobody can cover for 7 or 10 seconds. So at some point, you got to figure out a way to get some pressure on this QB.
I think we're going to be pressureless. I think we're going to have to live with it.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough, man. If you pressureless, then you make it hard.
It's going to have to be some real great disguises.
Exactly.
It's going to have to be some real great disguises. And you know what I mean? That's what we brought Zim for. You know what I mean? Zim's definitely about to be tested.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Our players are going to be tested. You know what I'm saying? But I think the Pittsburgh game is going to tell us a lot about our team.
Yeah.
That's going to be one of those scrappy, gritty wins, low scoring probably. It's one of those games that, you know what I mean, if we can come out on top of that game, it can definitely stir us in the right direction.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because, hey,
we got hard games. Man, we got some hard games not to have your brother and Tank, bro, and Sam. Yeah. Boy, damn. Yeah. I mean, woo, this next, man.
Yeah, I'm knowing. I'm happy Micah might be back for San Fran because if he's not back for that game, I thought we could win that game this year, man.
I don't know if I even want him to rush back.
I just want to see. I want to see what Chauncey does at edge. You know what I mean? I feel like because he's a nice size. You know what I mean? Coming over from the 3 tech, you know what I mean? He better be able to set those edges, you know what I mean? I don't know about rushing the passer, you know what I mean? He does get there sometimes. But as far as a run defense, there's no excuses now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
As far as a run defense, there's no excuses not to be. We got nothing but beef up there. You know what I mean? Even with, you know what I mean, Micah going and D-Law going, you know what I mean? Golston and Nealon, those guys are the run stoppers. You know what I mean? So as long as we can stop the run and not give up too much on the back end, you know what I mean? Hopefully we can get some cover sacks. You know what I mean? Hopefully. If not, you know what I mean? Hopefully, you know what I mean? Just limiting the big play, you know what I mean? Making sure they have to go the length of the field and eat up that clock, you know what I mean? And hopefully we'll be able to chew it ourselves. You know what I mean? We just really want to shorten the game and get up out of there. Honestly, shorten the game and get up out of there.
Yeah, that's what I say.
We can force a mistake.
Yep. All right, so I want to concentrate this show on the task at hand. Weathering the Dallas Cowboys temporary injury bug. So we can talk about a lot. We can even start getting into Pittsburgh, but I want to kind of bring it home and try to get y'all final thoughts on, you know, getting through this storm, man. Let's kind of put a bow on it. What's y'all final thoughts on this? Let's start with you. I'll start it off. So my thoughts. Oh, also, people, real quick. Now to check, we still live? Make sure y'all hit that like button too. I see y'all saying that something happened to the stream. Nah, we still live. I double check. Hold on real quick. All right. So, but in terms of weathering this storm, y'all heard my take on it, where I want us to lean heavily on running the ball. I really believe what I said, where they should take a more physical approach, bring up Zeke, give him more carries, Cook more carries, win the time of possession, win the physicality battle. Also take the pressure off of your offensive line. But more so, winning to me is not just the points. It's also about holding on and resting your guys and making sure you're not even putting too much pressure on the guys that you have left, because they gonna need their legs, because they gonna have to get a lot of reps minus Micah, minus Tank, minus Sam Williams. So is it gonna put a lot of pressure on our secondary? Absolutely. But this is the good news. In a similar situation, we won 10 games straight in 2014. In 2016, we won 11 games straight with a super bad pass rush. So if we can hold on and have at least a 50-50 win-loss ratio before Mike and them come back, we can then start making a push, hopefully in December, because they not out for the season. They out temporarily. So the Cowboys got to hold on. If they can be 50-50 or better, in my opinion, that's a win, especially given the crisis that we under. I'm not going to act like this ain't no crisis. This is major. This ain't minor. This is major. But this ain't the time to quit. That's my final words. On UT.
Oh, so I mean, all right, yeah, man. Final words is we're gonna see. This is gonna be the time that showed the boys from the men. You know what I mean? Who really want it? Who gonna go out there and earn them some money? Because you know what I mean. Everybody gonna get an opportunity now. You know what I mean? That's just what it comes down to. Like you said, 500. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 500.
We get the 500. We can get the 500 and stay 500.
We good.
Yeah. I like our outlook from the season. For sure.
Yeah. We just got to finish strong.
Yeah, I mean, because if we can go 500, with our stars missing, yeah, I mean, imagine, when we really bond together, that's what they're going to do, bond together.
Right.
So I'm interested.
Yep, I'm interested. Before you give your final words, OC, which was bigger? Losing Dak for those 5 games and having to lean on Cooper Rush? Or the absence of Michael Parsons, Tank, and Sam? Which one was worse?
The absence of Michael Parsons, Tank, and Sam.
Man, you crazy, bro. You is tripping.
No.
At the time, listen, at the time, the way the defense was playing, we could have almost had anybody at quarterback. As long as they wasn't going to turn the ball over. We could have.
I ain't gonna fight that. I ain't gonna fight that.
Yeah, it's no replacing Masters at what they do on the defense, man. You know, we had a good running game to help Cooper during that time. So that's why the defensive losses that we have now are way bigger, because we don't have no adequate backup to replace or even somewhat complement the production that you had with Tank and Micah. Right now, you had Dorrance Armstrong last year, right? You don't have him anymore, right? And we had a couple other pieces that we don't have anymore. So this is critical. So what the Cowboys got to do, man, is just simply dig deep, but also understand that, hey, this thing is about matchups, and can Mike Zimmerman scheme this defense in a favorable way to control matchups and limit his exposure of big plays? If he can do that, we can actually end up better than 500, in my opinion, if he can do that efficiently. So this is why they pay you the big bucks, Mr. Z, and let's see what you got, man, in the coming week. So those are my final thoughts.
Good final thoughts, fellas, and we out of here. And before we go, man, remember that this stream is brought to you by BetUS, and they doing something new. They giving away 150% bonus on your first deposit and 125 on your next 2 deposits up to $2,000. Until the end, man, it's your boy Boss Cowboy Sports, with special guest Terrence Parsons, and we go watch how we weather this storm. We out.